Hi everyone, I'm Tristan Thomasino and welcome to another weekly market pulse. What we're seeing at the moment at the market is a lot of buyer hesitation out there, especially in September and October. There really hasn't been great intent from buyers to secure their next property. Now this can be attributed to a few things, but obviously there's been tighter lending, especially around interest-only loans over the last 2 to 3 months from the banks, as well as inflation still being very low. Mortgage rates are still obviously very low as well, record lows in fact, but the banks have obviously increased those rates. Interest-only loans are very hard to come by, and what we have seen that wage growth really over the last 2 to 3 years hasn't been great. But the main factor for a lot of buyers out there at the moment is it is the spring market. There is a lot for sale across the board. So naturally they have a lot more to look at, and on Saturday sometimes they have to choose between which auction they're going to go to at the exact same time. However, what we have seen in September was that clearance rates were very low. In fact, the lowest they've probably been in 3 years. Houses in West Footscray, Yarraville, Footscray, Kingsville and Seddon were 55%. Apartments had a clearance rate of just 65%. Now across the board in Melbourne, we have seen a clearance rate still very strong at about 74 to 75%. But naturally what we are seeing at the moment is a lot of properties selling before auction, and a key indicator of this is a property that we had at 22 Vernon Street in South Kingsville that was open on one Saturday. Subsequently, we had 9 groups through that open. We had 4 offers come forth on the Tuesday, and we actually sold it in 4 days for just over $1,150,000, and we're looking more so around $1 million for that home there. Then you've got other results like 37 Oven Street in Yarraville that passed in at auction and subsequently sold that afternoon for $935, as well as 111 Blackwood Street in Yarraville, which passed in for $1,350,000 at auction, and then sold. Matt John did a great job selling that one late at night on Saturday night about 7 p.m. for $1.4 million. And then we always have the exceptions like 100 Essex Street in West Footscray that sold for $920,000. We had 10 bidders on the day and that sold well above reserve. So you're always going to have the exceptions, but really the norm at the moment is that properties are passing in and being negotiated afterwards. As always, look forward to seeing you on next week's Weekly Market Pulse and have a great week.